Good. Are we live? We are live. Are we live? Can you guys hear me? How's it going? It's just me by myself tonight. I think Denise will join me in a few minutes, but I just thought we can get the stream going until she gets here. Hopefully she gets here. Maybe. Hopefully. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing tonight? It's been a hot few days here in Houston. I can tell you that. It's been boiling, crazy. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm John Lee. I'm the director of the convention of Anime Matsuri, and we do these streams on Mondays and Thursdays, usually with Denise. But Denise is on a call right now, so I'm just gonna start until hopefully she finishes before the stream ends, and she can join us. So how are you guys doing? Okay, I am I am doing very well, considering crunch time. There isn't that much left until the convention, and we've been just nonstop, nonstop, 7 days a week. It's just nonstop working. The last 2 months or so, or a month and a half before the convention, a lot of the shipments come in from Japan. So, for example, like all the merchandise, like for Godzilla, for Good Smile. There's more stuff. You guys will see when it's announced. So all of that stuff arrives somewhere between now and the event. So whenever they come in, some come by air, some come by sea. Our customs broker has to clear those customs, and they get shipped over to our warehouse, which they get, you know, inventoried and put into the system and all figured out, by the different managers and different teams. So by the time the convention arrives and everybody gets here, everything is all sort of organized. And sometimes, depending on what they are, these things, there's like a whole bunch of them. There's a ton of stuff. So they come in like pallets and boxes, and we have to do inventory. Also, sometimes the customs, U.S. customs, being U.S. customs, they just they work on their own schedule. So they'll just take their time, they'll delay, they'll just make up reasons and whatnot. Sometimes you have to pay more money. Sometimes, I mean, it's just how it works, right? And that's what happens. We try to do this early. The thing is, we cannot do it too early, because if it's too early, then we have a bunch of stuff which we need to store, and we don't have unlimited space. I mean, we have a pretty big warehouse, but there's a bunch of stuff that comes. And I'm talking about not just the merchandise, things like carpets, things like just everything that's needed, all the different booths, that come. Yeah, come on in, come on in. Yeah, Denise has joined us here.
Ooh. All right. Sorry, folks. It's been a wild Monday. Hi, everyone. If you haven't done so, have they liked this channel?
Yes,
Like
everybody
this
has.
video? Okay.
Yeah. So the it can get pretty complicated with shipping stuff. So if we ship it too early, then we have to store it for a long time. But if we ship it too late, then we have scares. Oh, what about if it doesn't make it on time? Or if it does make it on time, but so close to the convention, and then we don't have time to do all the things that that we need to do. And believe it or not, shipping from Japan to Houston is not the same as shipping from, let's say, Japan to somewhere in the West Coast, California, right? Usually, the ship goes to California anyway, and then gets unloaded over there, and then gets put on a train or on a truck, and it drives down to Houston. So this would have been a lot less complicated if we were in the West Coast, but we're not. We're here in Texas, so the process is a little more
Challenging.
challenging and longer, right? So that's what's going on right now. So now everybody's going all crazy, trying to sort through everything as everything arrives, to get everything ready for the convention. Yeah, so that's, this is one of the things, that we've been doing. What's that? Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing at something. Um, anyway, the other thing is we were we've been discussing our cosplay contest, and we are sending
Finalizing.
out. We've picked. So if you submitted your application for the cosplay contest, right?
There's so many this year.
You'll be happy to know that we have, or we've picked. I think there's about 55 different entries in the cosplay contest. Well, technically, it's about 50.
We actually originally said we're going to be picking 40. And so we've changed the format a little bit for the cosplay contest so that we can accommodate more contestants this year. So it's just been a really crazy year in terms of influx of programming, as well as applications for so many things.
Yeah. So the cosplay contest, we allocate an hour and a half for our cosplay contest, and comfortably we can take 40 entries in an hour and a half. This includes the beginning, the end, the middle, just about 40 entries. We would like to take more entries. Honestly, every year we get a lot more than 40 entries, and we want to see more cosplay. Of course, we want to put more people on the stage and give more people, the spotlight. Of course, we want to do that, but time is a thing. So if we make it too long, if we go over an hour and a half, then it starts cutting into
Other programming.
yes, other main events, right? And we can't start too early because then that's a problem. So it's just the cosplay contest. I think it's like between 4 and 6:30, something like that, or sorry, 4 and 5:30, or is it 5 and 6:30? Anyway, it's right there in a window, and we cannot make it longer because of where it is. Okay. Also, Saturday is really crazy when it comes to programming. There's so much stuff going on, right? So last year we had 40 entries. This year we have 50. So in order to get more entries in the same amount of time,
No,
we've
no. Entries means applications. We had way more than 50 applications.
well, I meant
Candidates.
40 spots. So
Yes.
last year we had 40 spots in the cosplay contest, and this year we have 50 spots in the cosplay contest,
For
right?
the cosplay contest.
But of course there's almost 200 applicants,
More than that.
right? And we would like to get as many as possible, right? So we figured out a way to make the just the show and get the walk-ons and the skits go faster, right, without compromising the integrity of the show. So we figured that out. We figured out a way to do that, but there was still some questions. I mean, we had a whole bunch of questions just looking at all the entries, right? And some of these questions I can ask you guys, and you guys can give us your opinion, right? I'm just gonna note everything down because it's important. Let's just get feedback. I'm sure some of you
What is their question?
have been to the cosplay contest, right? So you have an idea of how the Anime Matsuri cosplay contest works. Okay, so generally speaking, just to give you a little bit of a overview, there's two main categories in the Anime Matsuri cosplay contest. You have walk-ons, which is like you just walk on the stage and you just pose and you walk off. That's it. That's all it is. You have 60 seconds to do that.
And mind you, it's a big stage, so you can actually go all the way to the runway.
Correct.
You can do some twists and poses, get the audience rallied up, or you can just stand there and pose for us. But
Correct.
you do have about 60 seconds.
And the second category is skits. So a skit is up to 3 minutes. This way you come out, usually it's more than one person, and you have a group of people and you just put on a skit. Of course, skits are more complicated to pull off because they need more practice, and you need there's this timing and
with
and all
the
that.
music and
So when it comes to skits, for example, last year we had, I think last year we picked about 4 skits for the cosplay contest. This year there are 8. So there's a total of eight skits in the cosplay contest
This is the
this
most
year.
we've ever had in like 5 years.
Correct.
That's going to be part of the show.
Yes, yes. And as far as like walk-ons, there are 42
That's insane.
this year. So that's a total of 50 spots. Now, besides the spots, there's 5 extra like exhibition performances from our guests,
Yes.
which brings the
You-
total
you-
to
you
somewhere between 53 and 55.
You haven't seen that in a while, actually. So it's a treat for us when our guests perform on the stage for an exhibition. So it's going to be quite a show this year.
Now, the skits and the walk-ons are also divided into 2 categories each, which is beginner and advanced. And the difference between those two is how much of the cosplay did you make. So
Yes.
if you are in advanced, you made most of the cosplay, and if it's beginner, you didn't make most of the cosplay. Like you bought a cosplay and you sort of like modified it, right? And you know the judges know these things. Now, obviously,
And that's part of your submission.
yes, and there's a we give out. I think this year there's over $3,000 in cash prizes for the cosplay contest. The highest cash prize, obviously, goes to the advanced, right? And
Best in show.
and skits generally get more money than walk-ons because it just makes sense. It's just it's
More
it's
time,
more work.
everything.
So rewarding the work, right? But there's something interesting about the entries this year. This is just some stats, just so you know. The youngest entry in the cosplay contest this year is 13 years old.
Wow.
And the oldest person in the cosplay contest this year is 42 years old. Would you have guessed that?
42.
42, yeah. So we're talking about like 13 and 42.
Usually the average is about, in the early 20s.
Yeah, maybe that's a surprise. Maybe it isn't. But
I just want to give you some,
now
reference there.
I get excited when I see
All kinds of.
anybody in their 40s cosplaying or older. It's just exciting and it's awesome. And somebody like you're not just cosplaying with your family at the convention or whatnot, but you are in the cosplay contest. So to me, that's pretty exciting. Now, normally, I'm not a big fan of participation trophies, right?
What do you mean by that? Just if you enter, you get a trophy? Is that what you mean?
No, well, I'm just not a fan of participation trophies, like giving out a trophy for no
Participating.
reason. Yeah.
That's what I just said.
But do you think we should give some kind of recognition, right, for the oldest cosplayer in the show? What do you think? Or the youngest? What do you think? Or just ignore that, just don't worry about it. Everyone's the same. Sort of like we were just going back and forth on this because yes, we want to encourage more people and we're trying to say that cosplay is for everybody. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are, right? We weren't sure exactly how to do this. What do you guys think? Yeah, yes, no?
Is age a thing?
Well,
Does it matter? You tell us. By the way, I know you guys are asking, have the emails gone out yet? No on that. And yes, we have picked most of the candidates for this year's
Correct.
contest. Not everyone yet, but most of them, yes.
right. So you guys can just give your 2 cents if you think that's
Medal
cool.
for everyone. What? That's a lot of medals. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. People are yeah.
There you go. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? For ages, oldest cosplay contestant, or do they give out awards for the oldest graduate?
Yeah, I know we say this. Okay, so I know we say this, right? I know we say cosplays for everybody, And actually, we say it, many people say it, and age is not a thing when it comes to cosplay. Yes, we say that too. But how do you show this? So, should we show it? Should we say, we just want to congratulate our oldest contestant this year who's.
It sounds just a little strange to me.
Is that bad?
Absolutely.
Does that sound weird?
It sounds weird to me, but I mean,
Okay, can we at least say the stats? Well, the youngest is 13 and the oldest is
yo,
42.
sure.
Like
'Cause some
on
people
stage.
some people don't like to,
No,
tell
they
their
just,
age.
just want to be incognito. Yeah,
Yeah, incognito. I mean,
But well, what about if, well, we're not saying who it is. We're just saying.
but you're gonna give something to that person.
Well, I said, okay. How about if we don't give them something and just announce it, like if you don't want to put, if you don't want to put them on the spot.
Oh man, that's what do you guys think? I mean, we're really debating here. I have not heard of this situation that John has informed us about. So this is actually a debate. It could be a debate. But what do you guys think? Should we give an extra award for those who
Because how can we
are
give
youngest
props?
or-
How can we give props to someone that is in their 40s and in the cosplay contest without actually saying that, or without pointing to who it is? How do you give props? Do you just say it, or do you just don't even worry about it? It's not a big deal, right? Maybe. Anyway, that's a thing that we were discussing, and we weren't sure which way to go. But I mean, there's no right or wrong. It's just what's which way to go, and it seemed like a good opportunity to sort of just
recognize?
something that we all talk about all the time and we want to promote. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
See, some people are saying it's weird.
No, well,
Michael, recognition of how many times they've attended is a thing, but that's hard to also pick because there's gonna be many people in the audience, by the way, and contestant wise, many of the contestants have actually gone to the convention nearly every year. There's very few that first time going to the convention because they do know about Anime Matsuri to enter the contest itself, and they're usually encouraged by others that have gone in the past or they've seen their cosplay before and encourage them to make a new cosplay for this year and whatnot. So we have had some veterans. However, we do try to also include those who are first time or new to contests. This way you guys get to see a variety of different showcases during the contest itself. But yes, it's absolutely exciting to actually see so many different age groups and also types of cosplays. We have so many types of cosplay. Speaking of which, are you guys prepping for your cosplay? Even if you don't go to the contest, or if you don't participate in the contest, I know a lot of you just casually cosplay throughout the weekend. And if you don't cosplay, it's okay, but it's kind of not as colorful. So we always encourage cosplay at the convention. However, there's so many different ways in which you can cosplay as well. So you can do your cosplay meetups. I think we mentioned that today for cosplay meetup in our Instagram. Have you gotten that ready? So this way you can also join other groups, meet others with the same interests or type of, you guys start talking about your anime or cosplay that you've been working on or watching, and it's just been really awesome to see people actually create relationships or spark relationships from the convention itself just because of cosplay. So we always encourage it. We had a question earlier I want to address. When are we updating the website? Actually, we've been updating the website. There's just minor updates in the website. However, we've been constantly working on our app, and it's already sent out to be published. So we're just waiting on that to get, I guess, to the public everywhere on
Correct.
Google Play and on Apple Store.
Correct. Yes. So we hope that by the end of this week or by this weekend, the app should be live, and then you guys can check it out and see all the programming and the schedules.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, and even when the app launches, that still isn't everything. So that's just.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna keep updating the app between now and the convention.
We do our best also as we work on the app to make sure that everything on the website is updated according to the app. But the best way, once it is launched, to go to the app, because that will be the fastest way that you're going to get information, not just before the convention, but during the convention itself. So we don't have time to change anything out on our website, especially leading up to the convention of that week. So we're gonna blast out app. So just make sure to download it so that you can get the most current information.
Yes. So I know that so many people are asking the concerts, J Rock. When is that announcement coming? Next live stream on Thursday.
Yay!
We will announce. But just because we're here and you guys are here, it's 66 people, okay? There's gonna be 2 J-Rock bands.
Wow!
1 female and 1 male. 1 girl group and 1 boy group. There you go. This is all the clues you have.
Okay, we finally revealed at least a little bit more.
Until one of them has been to AM before and the other one has not.
Wow.
First time in AM, I think first time in Texas.
Although I do know that the groups that are coming, I'm still very excited to tell you guys.
Correct. Yes.
2 J-Rock
Yes.
bands.
Yes, they're both J-Rock. So the concert on Saturday night is it's probably going to be 2 hours long. It's one after the other. Not to mention the first 5 minutes, who our winner of the karaoke battle will be singing one
Yes,
song.
that's right.
And you know what's funny? We were discussing this karaoke battle, right, with one of the groups. And they said, depending on what the winner is going to sing on stage, they might come out and play.
What?
This is crazy. This is crazy. So if it's a popular song that they know, it's like some popular anime opening and whatnot, they will come out and play.
Oh man.
That is crazy. Oh man, I can't wait to to see what will ensue
It's going to
on
be
on Saturday
awesome.
night. Yeah.
That's Saturday programming, main events, J-Rock, 2 bands coming at you for AM 2023, and karaoke battle as an opener on that night. So this is all happening Saturday. So of course the most exciting days, I have to say, are Friday and Saturday combined, because there's so much happening also Friday. So if I had to pick, I know a lot of some of you, not a lot, but some of you are getting single day passes, and although I don't recommend it,
Well,
you guys have to choose this time.
Well,
and
you could
can't
get
make it.
you could get single day passes.
Yes, and it starts, by the way, July 1st. For those who are eager to get single day passes, or you cannot make it the full weekend, July 1st is when single day passes start, and it's only for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Remember, our Thursday there are no single day passes for Thursday, since it's day 0, and it's half day for us in terms of programming.
Yeah, it's almost become a full day now,
Yeah.
because there's so much stuff going on. But that's an exciting announcement that's coming. We are, everyone's ready. Everyone's working on their set lists and what we're gonna do.
things.
We are, we've been working on the visas just to get everything straight, and just to make sure that we have all our I's dotted and T's crossed. So there's no issues there, but it's gonna be it's going to be exciting.
I love that you guys are speculating who it could possibly be. One of the newcomers to our Anime Matsuri lineup is definitely, I don't know how to. Hopefully, they're gonna be well received here, but it is popular in Japan. The music. There's something about, as John mentioned in previous live stream, there's something about rock that really gets people really hyped early on, because that sound and the bass and just the pure like adrenaline rush of everyone just going all out, So it's we haven't had it in a little while, so we're excited to have J-Rock back. It's been some time.
Correct. So there's there's a little bit of everything. There's K-pop on Thursday. You can check that out. There's J-Rock on Saturday. You can definitely check that out. There's Club AM on Saturday night, and we're trying to set something up for Thursday night. So there's,
and mind you,
tons of activities for everybody.
J-Rock concerts, all coming from, both bands are coming from Japan.
Yes, correct. Of
not
course,
domestic.
Yeah, they're not domestic. It's Japanese. One of the bands plays the opening theme for an anime. What?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say.
No, I was going to say who. If I tell you what the anime is, then you'll know
you
who it
would
is.
absolutely know.
Well, I mean, yeah, you guys will see. Either way, the point is, one of the groups is going to be their first time. I'm not sure if it's their first time in the United States. It might be, but it's certainly their first time in Texas. So, warm welcome will be fantastic. We want them to have a good time with you guys. The show is going to be amazing. So definitely check it out if you're at the convention. And it doesn't matter, even if you're not into J-Rock, right? Just come in there.
Yes.
Stay a little bit, check it out.
It is part of your badge.
Just experience it. It's not going to cost you anything.
Yes, it's part of your experience at AM, and this is exactly why we do what we do, is to bring something really special for you and for you to experience it. Make it memorable by being there. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Now both groups have booths in the exhibit hall where you can go and visit them there. I think you can buy merch over there, and also they have like big walls in their booths where you can just leave a message on the wall, just something like that, which they have.
And they'll make an appearance at their booth.
Yes,
Most
correct.
likely, yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. So they also have autograph sessions. They have panels, and just I think that, I can't remember what other activities is going on, but just to get the fans and them more engaged, basically.
Yeah, you don't get that every time, especially the bands walking among you into the exhibit hall and being there, and also just being part of the show as spectating themselves. So they're going to also be visiting certain booths as well as you. So it's kind of crazy to think about.
I mean, can 76 of us here keep a secret? No, you cannot. Brittany Taylor, no, you cannot. You can't. You can't. Well, also the thing is, we're sort of like scheduling the announcement, so we announce at the same time that they announce in Japan.
It's not just us. It has to be in tandem with them.
Yeah. No, Brittany Taylor, stop. just let it go.
Trying to get rhymes in.
Okay, all right. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, Brittany.
Let it go. Let it go.
I've said enough. I've said more than I should have said. Okay, but next stream on Thursday, I'm hoping everything is ready and we'll just announce then, so we can.
It's gonna be an exciting stream.
So we can get this party
rolling.
Yeah.
Party on
the road. Another announcement. I know we talked about Sumo Slam. That announcement is coming.
Yeah, you guys love Sumo Slam. It's been a thing for the past 3 years, and we're so excited it's coming back. Since 2021, we started it. So this is the third appearance for Sumo. Sumo Slam on Thursday at 6 p.m. Happening in B3.
Yes,
remember.
yes, in B3. Sumo
Yeah.
Slam is happening in B3. Sumo Slam. So sumo is part of the cultural activities at Anime Matsuri. When we added Tenjin Festival outside, we added cultural activities like taiko drums. Like there's a shamisen. There's the sumo. Do you guys enjoy this cultural things activities at the convention?
The
Uh,
festival part of it, yes.
Correct. Because if you enjoy this, then we can definitely get more of these activities um, going to the convention. So, last year we had.
Yeah, all those three.
Oh, last year we also had the Kabuki show.
Oh, yes. Kabuki.
Yes,
The
we had.
past 2 years we've had Kabuki,
Yeah, so we had the Kabuki. We had the
which you normally don't get to see at an anime convention.
yeah the shamisen. We had sumo, and then we had taiko drums. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty exciting. Did anybody catch the Kabuki show? That was so crazy. I love that. That's a lot of talent, makeup.
Yeah, it's incredible, and
Mhm.
it's a lot of it's just a lot of time put into just the makeup itself. So, yeah, and the performance, but all of them. I mean, they put on a show for you for real. I mean, it's very interactive, especially with Sumo Slam, as you know. And I got really
The
slammed last year.
the sumo.
I did it to myself.
Yeah, sumo. So last year we had two sumo champions. This year there's three of them. So that will be interesting.
Wow.
That will be interesting how
This is
that's.
our first time. So this is Sumo Slam number 3. This is a treat for 3 sumo wrestlers at Anime Matsuri this year.
Yeah,
That's
and-
awesome.
And I remember last year there was people asking to buy more merch because they sold merch like right before and after the show, but for the ones that I guess didn't make it to the show, they were asking where they could buy the merch from. This year there's a Sumo Slam booth in the exhibit hall, so even if you missed the show, which you shouldn't, but even if you did miss the show,
You should go to the booth.
you can go to the booth and you can buy the t-shirts, and they have like a whole bunch of stuff which you're selling, which I think it's pretty cool.
Great to support.
Correct. Yes.
Oh yeah, Sumo Slam back at Anime Matsuri this year on Thursday.
Sumo for some reason is a big hit. You guys seem to love sumo a lot. So I'm actually looking forward to the 3 sumo wrestlers this year.
Tag team, or I don't know how it's gonna be done. This will be our first time for us watching this, so or being part of it. So you guys come and join us on that Thursday. Sha sha sha. Slam.
Correct. Okay. There is also a couple. The announce. Well, let me not act partial, but one of the announcements, if not the announcement, I'm really excited about, is actually not a guest per se. It's a booth, companies that are coming to Anime Matsuri.
Yes.
There are some companies coming. I mean, you guys know Good Smile is coming, right? And that's fine. And we've talked about Godzilla, right? But you should see. Did you ever mention who's coming from Godzilla? Did we talk about
No, you did
the
not.
artist? We talked about an artist, right?
We talked about an artist, but we did not announce the
Okay, so the
artist.
official Godzilla artist, well, one of them, or the main one, is coming from Japan. And what's cool is he will be doing live drawings every day, like on a big canvas. He uses the the
convention.
paintbrush, and he'll do a live drawing on on a canvas at the booth every day, right? He just made the announcement visual.
The visual for AM.
So like the official Godzilla at Anime Matsuri poster. Wow. That poster right now is at Toho because Toho has to approve
Everything.
every little thing. They're gonna check it, and then they're gonna they have to approve it. Sometimes they're like, oh, you got to change this and that and whatnot, right? but it's fantastic. So it's right now it's at Toho,
We've seen a little
and
glimpse of it. It
and
looks
we're waiting.
amazing.
Yes, because they showed it to us, and now it's at Toho. So we had to, give the thumbs up, and we had to sign off on it, and then it goes to Toho, and Toho has to sign off on it, and then we can announce.
Yeah.
Right, and sometimes this process takes longer than it should.
I know you guys are been very good about patience, but I know there's some of you that are not very patient. And we're explaining the part of the reason why things are being held back, and it's just Japan, like I said in the beginning of the first live stream, is just getting back into the gear of opening up everything and being able to share news freely with the outside countries. So a lot of things have been, really pushed into high gear, and we are also waiting on Japan to give us all the information before we announce. It's better this way also, so that we don't have to retract information for you guys in case something does happen, or the fact that it can't happen or something like that. So it's better to just make sure 100% that everything's a go.
Yes, correct. So there's that part, and that's exciting. And I'm hoping that by next live stream, we should be announcing Godzilla. But then it's not just about Toho and Godzilla. There is also another company.
Another large, very prestigious
Let
company.
me give you guys. Let me give you guys a hint.
This is all about like teasing you. This
No,
stream.
well, it's much better to just wait for the announcement, and but since there's people here, tons of people, oh, give me a clue, tell me what it is. Brittany's gonna be like, what does it rhyme with? So, how many people here did you guys watch the Demon Slayer finale yesterday?
Gosh,
Did you guys see that?
Crying so much.
Yes, was it yesterday?
Yes, it was
the day before? No, wait,
yesterday.
it came out Sunday, right? Was it? No,
Yesterday was Sunday.
was it?
Hello,
Is that when it
today's
came out? Oh
Monday.
yeah, Sunday. Yeah, that's right, Sunday.
Monday.
Did you guys watch that last episode? That episode was crazy.
Oh my gosh. So exciting.
So, just wait and see. We are doing something Demon Slayer related at the convention, and I think you guys are gonna love it. It's exciting. It's taking so long just to get everything done and just get all the approvals, and there's so many people involved, and Demon Slayer is so popular in Japan, and
I'm even tearing up just thinking about Demon Slayer right now.
It's right there. So it's right there. It's just finishing touches. They're working again. They're working on the visual, and a bunch of stuff. And you guys will see. I think you guys are going to definitely love it.
That studio is just something else.
Yeah. The funny part, or one thing to know, if you guys didn't know this about that studio, right? UFO Table. So they are sort of like, what company can I compare them to?
Huh.
They're like a Nintendo. When I say like Nintendo, I mean like they don't like to advertise individual talent within the company. So, like, if you ask for example, like any other studio, if you say, we would like a character designer, right, to come and be a guest at Anime Matsuri, or we would like a producer or director, they'll be fine with it, right? But that studio doesn't want to do that, which is, they just want to promote their work, so they don't want to promote the people behind the work.
Not individual talents.
Correct. So it's,
I don't know if you guys know that, but that's the truth.
Yeah, that's that's a thing, and they explain that to us. So they want to promote their work as opposed to the people, and we respect that. That's fine. So
that's so interesting, because that's a different spin on how to.
Oh yeah, like Square Enix too. Well, yeah, I guess, well, Square Enix is.
Some talents have come from Square Enix, like
yeah, you kind of know who the teams are at Square Enix and who they are, and sometimes they Square Enix is, they have their celebrities in within the company, and you know who they are, and we all know who they are. But UFO Table is just like, you know,
very private about
they're very private.
talents.
Yeah, they're private about the talents, and they just would just rather just have their work than the talents. And
Yes, you see talents come from individual anime once in a while, but usually they don't. Is what I'm saying. We're trying to tell you. So it's not. And yes, you see most of it is from the dub side, but I'm talking about on the Japanese side. The company themselves don't like to or don't want to highlight the individual talents. So that's very interesting. However, we still love the whole of it. We still love all the anime that comes out of Table. So let's see what what we're gonna announce.
Yeah. So just wait. The official announcement of that is coming soon. I think we teased
Quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit. And again, I wish if it was up to me, some of these announcements would be made by now, would be out earlier.
We
But
would have loved that, of course.
but with Japan, that's not how it works. So they will, when they're ready is when they're ready.
Yeah.
Right? And you can just only push them so much.
So much.
And there's a lot of red tape, especially any kind of popular IP.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine how big of a company Toho is. Anybody that has been to Japan and has been to Hibiya, right, understands
Toho owns Hibiya
how
practically.
big that company is in Japan. So to get anything going, Godzilla is like their, is their bread and butter. To get anything going on with Godzilla, any kind of like merchandise, any kind of art, anything. Not to mention new information, like the new Godzilla movie coming out in Japan in November, right? All of these things are just extremely complicated.
Confidential.
Yes, they're confidential and they're complicated to get at the convention. Same thing with anything that has to do with UFO Table. As you guys know, UFO Table, not only are they, I mean, they're working on the Genshin Impact anime now. It's so crazy. They
Brittany and Sarai have it right on. Japan is the master of secrets, full of ninja, full of secrets.
Mm-hmm. yes, they are. They are. The first time we went to Toho, it was
Whoa.
we were outside the building, just looking at the building, this skyscraper, and
they have multiple skyscrapers.
and that was their office. Like, this is their office. You can't even imagine. It's like this.
And then
is
they
it.
have their studio, which is like the Universal Studio. I mean, it was massive, and we got the privilege to go through it and just see different sets and whatnot. We couldn't even take photos or do video or anything in there because it's so private.
Yeah.
It's very exclusive.
It's kind of intimidating,
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed formal. Everybody's, takes what they're doing very serious. So it's quite intimidating. It's very different from the way a creative space is here. Here is a little more casual. You can imagine people are just more
And
laid
you think
back.
like Google, headquarters or something, or Apple headquarters or something. Everyone's in and out, casually, but everything is so restricted in Japan. Like where you can go, people have to unlock doors, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's for real. You have to have passwords to go through certain entrances and whatnot. So it's just so crazy to experience. So we're just telling you some insight of why it's very challenging to bring any news to you quickly because it is very confidential over there.
Yeah.
And yes, we ourselves have to sign NDAs for a lot of things.
Yes.
In meetings as well. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
It's crazy.
Yep. We sign NDAs, so we have to abide by that, and we have to. Besides NDAs, it's just respect. You show respect for their property, for their culture, and for their rules, right? So as much as I would love to just
Announce.
tell you what we're doing and what's going on, what I would like to do. Just rather wait on them, and when they're ready, and sometimes it comes later than it should.
Yeah.
And that's another reason. I know some people wait for big announcements and then say, okay, I'm going to go to the convention. So I'm waiting for the Godzilla announcement to decide to go to the convention.
We totally see that.
And we see that, and some people say, oh, why did you announce Godzilla so late when the tickets are this much? You should have announced Godzilla 3 months ago, right?
When it was a little cheaper.
Yeah, when the tickets were $20 less than they are now, so I could have saved $20. Well, I mean, we would love nothing more
but we've
to do that.
always told you to come early, like get your badges early, so that there's a lot coming. And yes, we do tease, but we also bring things that are actually happening. So, I mean, I want to say 90% of the time.
Yes.
And
yes.
the other 10% is just something happened or we couldn't at the very last minute. So, but 90% of the time, the stuff that we work on, it comes to AM. So it's very, very difficult to press that to the newcomers or people who wait till the last minute to get your passes for the convention. But it's okay. It's okay. We feel the excitement with you, and then you start noticing all your friends are coming. So if they are coming, by the way, hotels are available through our website, and if you use our link, you get a major discount. So we work so hard to bring down the price, and some of the hotels is half the price of what it is right now, or during that period. And it's so important for you to use our link so you get that discount, and just tell everybody about it, because yes, it does go up. Last year it went up to like $500 per night if you didn't use our link. So it is so crazy. So don't hesitate to get book your hotel, get your friends, family together to book their hotel rooms. Most of I want to say every hotel is on the website, and the last hotel link is coming, but pretty much you're ready to start booking if you haven't. Make sure that you at least stay one night, Friday or Saturday, because that is like the major part of the weekend.
Yeah, it helps out. It helps out quite a bit.
And you will save like so much time.
Yeah, of course. The more hotel rooms that are under our block, the better
the rate next year for you.
Yes, and the better everything just looks to the city. So they give us more concessions. They let us do more stuff. They'll probably give us a bigger part of the park across the street.
So all
and
these
things
benefit
like that.
you guys too.
Yes.
So we really try to work with the city to make all this happen. It's very difficult to even be part of the convention center. Mind you, take over the entire convention center and its properties in the front, like Avenida, and shut down the streets that we need to create the atmosphere for you and make it easier for those who are participating and attending. So all these things take a lot of time, take a lot of effort, take a lot of people involved to make it happen. And so we would love for you to support what we do and what we bring you by booking your hotel rooms. That's all part of it.
El Moranic is asking, how long does it take to hear back from press pass requests? Not too long from now. You know what's funny? The amount of press requests we have for this year is like 10 times what it was for last year. I don't know why.
Well, there's a lot of influencers now.
Last year, I would have expected last year to be, well, I mean, last year we had quite a few press requests, but this year there's just so many. We had to expand, we had to add people to the press team because there was just too many requests for them to just, get through everything, and because everything has to be logged in a database before we,
and also screened.
Correct.
So our press team has to screen everything as well, because you can't. You have to have experience somewhere as well as just coming in early for a pass and being able to take pictures or do a vlog or something like that. It's more than that. yeah, there's a lot of expectations to having a press pass.
Yeah. And you know what we're planning to do? Okay, this is not a promise, but it's almost there. I would say maybe 60%, right? We would like to put up a billboard somewhere in Houston with Godzilla on it.
What do you guys think about that?
Godzilla at AM. Yeah.
There
Right.
will be billboards this year.
So that again has to go through the approval process.
Yeah.
A billboard usually stays up for 30 days or minimum of 30 days. So if we put it up, it'll be on July 13th. And that is 23 days from now. So they will have to approve. Everything has to be ready, and they would have to approve and whatnot for you guys to see Godzilla on a billboard here in Houston on the side of the road.
Isn't it insane to think about? That would be a first, by the way.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah, it's exciting. But all the Godzilla and all the Godzilla related activities like panels and there's some guests and what's going on at the booth and what they're doing this year, that's coming. I mean, it's ready for us to announce, but we have to wait on them, and the visual has to be ready.
Remember, approval. A lot of departments have to go through,
Yeah,
especially with Toho.
yeah. Yep.
Well, actually, many of the Japanese industry and companies have a lot of tape.
Correct.
Red tape.
And the artist, because he's going to do the live drawing, and so he's coming with his ink and his brushes, and we are
They're
providing.
special.
Yes, they're special, and we're providing the canvas. So it's a pretty big canvas. I think it's like 6 feet by 6 feet, something like that. It's pretty big.
Yeah,
And
it's the rare brush, rare ink. So we can't even get it here.
well, it's his thing. It's his equipment.
Yes.
So that is special. I can just imagine at the airport somebody asking, "Hey, what's with the ink?" Well, this is Japanese ink. Come in here and do stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So this is what we have going on this week. Tomorrow, I think we're announcing the Good Smile Racing Queens, Vic, and I think Sakurako. There's like 3 or 4 different announcements going up tomorrow.
Boom.
And hopefully by Thursday we have J-Rock and so on. And if Jason right here, I know he's here, in here
Yes.
looking, if he finishes, we should launch the app. Okay, that's it for today.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to actually go on our Instagram after this for those who probably missed something, or if you want to tell people to have questions answered. I'm going to go on our Anime Matsuri Instagram live to answer any questions and just give an overview of what happened today. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure to join us on Thursday for awesome announcements.
Let me answer a question real quick, right?
Yeah?
Somebody's asking any update on the dub studio. Yes, as a matter of fact, the reason why we haven't, when Vic is announced, there will be an announcement on AM Studios and what's going on with that, which is why we haven't announced him yet officially on social media, because those announcements are connected. So there's stuff that is being done by AM Studios that has been done, and you guys will see, and I'm sure you're gonna like it.
All right.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
All right. Remember to share this video, subscribe, and hit that notification for more updates. Have a good night and stay nerdy, guys.